dream I know deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Hello viewers, thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. The headlines: Presidency, Obi exchange words over Supreme Court judgment. But before I proceed with this news, welcome to Reality Latest Gist, your home of news and politics. Thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. If this is the first time of watching, please do us a favor to like and subscribe, and also the notification bell to get notified when we drop our video. You can send in your comments and keep the conversation lively in our comment section. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. We really do appreciate it. To all our viewers out there, feel relaxed, enjoy, and stay tuned. The presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, on Monday slammed the Supreme Court judgment that affirmed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory, saying he found the verdict contradictory and disappointing. But in a swift response, the presidency slammed Obi, describing him as a copycat who tried in vain to gaslight Nigerians with false claims and innuendos. Obi at a press conference in Abuja on Monday formally reacted to October 26 judgment of the Supreme Court, saying he was disappointed that despite the plethora of evidence placed before the appellate courts, the justice chose to focus on technicality rather than substance, thereby breaching the confidence of Nigerians in the judiciary. He said, setting legal issues aside, that the Supreme Court exhibited a disturbing aversion to public opinion, just as it abandoned its responsibilities as court of law and policy. It is therefore with great dismay that he observed that the court's decision contradicts the overwhelming evidence of election rigging, false claim of the technical glitch, substantial non-compliance with rules set by INEC itself, as well as matters of perjury, identity theft and forgery that have been brought to light in the course of this election matter. These were hefty allegations that should not be treated with levity. More appalling, the Supreme Court judgment willfully condoned breaches of the Constitution relative to established qualifications and parameters for candidates in presidential elections. Peter Obi said, with this counterintuitive judgment, the Supreme Court has transferred a heavy moral burden from the courtroom to our national conscience. Peter Obi said, our young democracy is ultimately the main victim and casualty of the courtroom drama. Without equivocation, this judgment amounts to a total breach of the confidence the Nigerian people have in our judiciary. To that extent, it is a show of unreasonable force against the very Nigerian people from whom the power of the Constitution derives. Obi said, this Supreme Court ruling may represent the state of the law in 2023, but not the present demand for substantive justice. The judgments mix principles and precepts. Indeed, the rationale and premise of the Supreme Court judgment have become clearer in the light of the deep revealing and troubling valedictory remarked by Honorable Justice Musa Datu Buhamed on Friday, 27 October 2023. He said that with the outcome of the legal battle going forward, the Labour Party and the Obedient Movement are now effectively in the opposition. Peter Obi said that he is glad that the nation had heard the Obedient and the Labour Party loud and clear. They now have to expand the confines of their message of hope to the rest of the country. They will meet the people in the places where they feel pain and answer their needs for hope. At marketplace, motor park, town hall, boardrooms, and universities and college campuses, that they will carry and deliver the message of a new Nigeria. As stakeholders and elected Labour Party officials, they will remain loyal to their manifesto, and they will continue to canvass for good governance and focus on issues that promote national interests, unity and cohesion. Peter Obi said that they will continue to give primacy to their constitution, the rule of law, and the protection of others' liberties, that they will offer the checks and balances required in a functional democracy, and veer robustly in forthcoming election to elect those who share the vision of a new Nigeria. Reacting to Peter Obi's statement, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said they are at loss as to how the copycat Peter Obi and his faction of Labour Party convinced themselves how they won an election in which they came a distant third. At the press conference where he tried in vain to gaslight Nigeria with false claims and innuendos, Peter Obi contradicted himself. He said he was a beneficiary of judicial pronouncement in the past, but now he is castigating the same court because his judgment did not go his way. That he expected the Labour Party candidate to know that the Supreme Court or any other court does not give judgment based on public opinion and mob sentiments. He said judiciary pronouncements are based on evidence, precedent, and the rule of law. As0r0ķ said, having admitted that the Supreme Court ruling brought an end to litigation, Peter Obi should have congratulated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his victory and pledged his support in the spirit of statesmanship. Instead, he brought up extraneous matters that he thought the Apex Court should have considered to declare him the winner. Obi's antecedent as governor of Anambra for 8 years didn't inspire any confidence as someone capable of running a country like Nigeria. No tangible record of achievement in the statement he governed recommended him for the presidency of Nigeria. As0r0ķ said if Peter Obi truly believes in Nigeria, the time to prove it is now, when all men and women of goodwill are rallying support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his determination to lead a new era of prosperity, inclusive governance, and economic growth in the Nigeria. Finally, As0r0ķ welcomed Peter Obi and his party to play the role of the opposition and start preparing for another shot at the presidency in 2027. That he hoped by then he will campaign on issues and not whip up religious and ethnic sentiment as he did in the last campaign. As0r0ķ said his admonition to Peter Obi is to find another worthwhile vocation to engage his time henceforth, having been rejected by the majority of Nigeria, who didn't consider him qualified to lead our country. During the Supreme Court's judgment, Peter Obi was absent, but he has explained the reason why he was absent, that he traveled abroad on a prior scheduled engagement when he received the notice that the Supreme Court would give judgment on 26 October 2023 on his challenge to the ruling of the president's election petition court. He has also expressed concern over the Supreme Court's apparent disregard for public opinion, suggesting that it has neglected its duty as both a court of law and policy. Do you think what Peter Obi is saying is true? And do you think what As0r0ķ, who reacted over what Peter Obi said, do you think what he actually did was right? Let's know what you think about this in the comment section. Let's know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions are in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. We really do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Till I come your way next. Stay safe, guys. Bye.